So there is breaking news. This one just came out before I wanted to do recording. There is a landing ship. Is unknown yet. The current identity of the ship is not known yet, but it's apparently got hit south of the village of Katsiveli. So Katsiveli is let me zoom in a bit more. This little village over here, and there is video footage of it, of a ship getting hit with smoke, and then there's burning, and there's also rumors that it's already sunk. Based on someone's comments, I believe I saw. I don't know on Twitter or is it on I'm not sure where. So basically, this is an issue. So tentatively, Ryba, the pro-Russian source, reported that there is NATO reconnaissance aircraft that was flying while this happened, and there is currently no comments from the Russian Defense Ministry just yet regarding this issue. In fact, I don't even have Russian Defense Ministry comment on the previous vessel that was hit and sunk by this unmanned surface drones from the Ukrainian side. So I'm not going to expect the Russians to talk about it because they just want good news. They just want good PR right now. I don't think they want to talk about it. Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 720 for the 13th of February. So we move on. Over at the Kherson Front, the Ukrainian forces continue to have a presence at Krinky. However, they're still getting bombarded along the river as the boat comes. So it remains to be a very weird issues. And there is a Ukrainian flag that is planted on the top of a water tower. So a lot of people watched Military Summary's video and told me that this is actually a drone planting the flag onto the water tower. Personally, I didn't see the video. I reported this based on information from Deep State UA, and Deep State UA only mentioned about the flag being raised on the water tower, so which is why I do not know about it. So yeah, okay, so no, that's what it is. We will continue to monitor in that sense. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry continue to report that the Russians are attacking Krinky, and so that's about it. They said that there's only one attempt, so that's unusual. Usually they say that the Russians try a lot more. And zooming out, there is also another Lancet strike being geolocated north of Lvove. The Lancet strike hit an artillery gun, so this is a bit of a distance. The Lancets, so this geolocation just proved that the Lancets are still hunting for Ukrainian forces that is supporting the zone in Krinky. So everything around this semicircle is going to be hunted. In fact, even more than that, because the Lancet can actually fly really far away. So we move on away from the Kherson Front. Over at the Zaporizhzhia Front, on the Nikopol region, Russian Defense Ministry mentioned that they actually inflicted losses on Ukrainian forces at Nikopol. So Nikopol is actually this city opposite of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and yeah, I'm not sure if this is a precursor to a possibility that the Ukrainians may try to go over to across the Dnipro River. Please be mindful also that the Dnipro River no longer look like this on this satellite imagery. It's now a very narrow river because of the destruction of the dam over at Novokakhovka. So it might be more possible to cross the Dnipro River than it was previously. But tentatively we shall continue to monitor and see how this progress. We move towards the Orikhiv sector. This is Orikhiv, and this is the Orikhiv sector. At this sector, the Russian forces continue their offensive in this area here. Mostly is positional. The Russians are attacking Robotine and also at Verbove. There is also reports by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry of Russia's attacking on the eastern part of Malatomashka. Information: Ukrainian Defense Ministry attack east of Malatomashka. So this is very interesting. And geolocation of Mi-24 helicopter on the Ukrainian side was destroyed just off Robotine. So the helicopter was allegedly shot down by a ATGM, an anti-tank guided missile from the Russian side, and this cannot be verified just yet what it is actually. So we will continue to monitor and see if the Russian Defense Ministry will actually talk about it. Tentatively, I haven't really seen the Russians talk about shooting down of a helicopter. So we will see how this progress. And we move on to the Velika Novosilka sector. This is Velika Novosilka, and this is the Velika Novosilka sector at the Zaporizhzhia Front. Russian forces are also operating or active in this region here, with fighting reported at Prione, Staromayoske, and Uruzhaine. So this one gave me some kind of feeling that it might be something bigger, but I'm not sure, because if you look at this very report, the Vostok group of forces actually attack in multiple locations: Prione, Vladimirivka, Vodian, Uruzhaine, Przestivka, and Staromayoske. This is actually quite big, because if you zoom out, this is exactly where they are attacking. So this is Volodymyrivka, north of Mikhailske towards Vodian, towards Przestivka, Uruzhaine, Staromayoske, and Prione. It looks like an offensive. It looks like it. The number of locations that they are attacking at one time seems a bit big, but we will need time to verify if this is actually an actual offensive. But somehow that report, that paragraph, just gave me some feeling that it seems to be. Just off Velika Novosilka, just off on the western part of Vremivka, there is a geolocation of Lancet attack on the Ukrainian self-propelled artillery. So this artillery got destroyed by the Lancet. It just basically just hit in. So yeah, it zooms in, and the feet were cut off, and boom, it hits. So this is another issue. And for those that are wondering, if you want to look at these footages, you can actually search for this channel called DPA Archive. This is a new channel where I use it to stash all this video footage that I can then put onto the mapping. So yeah, if you want to access this mapping, of course, DPA Patreon or Coffee, Boosty, Locals, whatever. If you support financially, you will be on the officer level, you'll have access to this mapping. So over at the Donetsk Front, as I mentioned, the Russians attacked Przestivka towards Vodian and at Volodymyrivka. And the Novo-Mikhailivka region, they are also attacking from the eastern part towards the center of Novo-Mikhailivka. The Russians are attacking Boyeda as well as Georgievka. The Ukrainians counter-attack over at Krasnohorivka and at Georgievka. So this is the strategic situation over on the Donetsk Front. And so I have already mentioned the ones on this area here might be part of a bigger offensive. Now we focus on the Marinka sector of the Donetsk Front. And in this area here, over at the Novo-Mikhailivka region, the Russian forces have conquered the entire eastern part, and they are heading towards the center of Novo-Mikhailivka. So this battle is still ongoing. We shall continue to monitor to see how this progress. And further up north, the Russians are attacking Boyeda and towards Georgievka. Ukrainians are counter-attacking. So there's no more frontline change regarding this area here. Actually, I forgot to change the front line in this area here. Let me fix it quickly. It looks like this. Damn it. Okay, here. And yeah. So I fixed it. So yeah, so because that change is actually from yesterday. So this is the situation. There is geolocation of Russian tanks shelling Ukrainian forces at Boyeda. So and these are using tanks as artillery of doing a fire support mission or fire mission on Ukrainian forces from a far distance away. So it is a rather boring footage in my opinion. A lot of things is in this IR mode, infrared mode. so everything is gray, and the humans are white, explosions are white. So something like this. So yeah, not going to show you too much later. YouTube don't like me, so I don't want YouTube to don't like me. So moving on to the Avdiivka Front. So this is the Avdiivka Front. The Russian forces continue their Avdiivka offensive with fighting reported towards Novokalinovo, Nevelsky in the north of Avdiivka, from Opitne, as well as against the in the north of Spartak, against the air defense, former air defense base, which is a Ukrainian stronghold. So of significance is the northern part of Avdiivka, where the Russian forces have effectively created a operational encirclement of the Ukrainian forces at Avdiivka, because the main road at Leshtokine is now cancelled. It cannot be used right now. They can go to the coke plant, of course. They can go buy some Coca-Cola, but they can't get into the rest of the Avdiivka unless they go through south of Leshtokine towards the Khimik region. So this is the Khimik region. This is the Khimik neighborhood of the 9th district. They can actually go in this direction through a smaller road. But this road is definitely going to be swarming with FPV drones and whatnot. So it's going to be extremely difficult to use. And so this is the current situation over in the north. The Russians are also moving northwestward towards the coke plant. They are trying to expand the control around this area, particularly controlling the access, the entrance of this 00542 road, which is the road of life for Avdiivka. So this is a current Russian plan, and the fact that they actually already taken the entire western road around this region here is pretty amazing, given the speed of progress is really fast. And in the south, the Russian forces break out from Opitne, heading towards the southern neighborhood that the Russians have conquered. Previously, the Russians are also heading in this direction, creating some kind of pincer movement. And the Ukrainian forces that is holding up in this stronghold is going to be encircled. So the only way is to quickly run away, and there's not a lot of ways to run away. So if you zoom in further, you can see that there's only a dirt road that they can use, or rather the forest trail, and they have to follow this forest trail quickly to get out. And that's probably about it, because the Russians are already here. Very soon they will reach this forest, and then this road will be gone. And if they try to go up this forest, the Russians are already here in the northern part of this neighborhood. So there is no good way. The only way is to run now. If they don't run now, then yeah, they're going to be POWs, or they're just going to be dead. So we move on away from the Avdiivka Front. So that's all from the Avdiivka Front into the Niu-York Front. At the Niu-York Front, the Siversk offensive continues with fighting reported at Sumy and at Pivdeny. The Russians counter-attack over at Niu-York. So this is the current situation over at the Niu-York Front, and it looks like this front line will be activated in view of Siversk offensive. This is the offensive I gave Siversk because he launched his offensive immediately after being appointed as the commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian armed forces, because this offensive don't exist previously, and it looks like a desperate attempt to distract the forces of Russia. And I forgot what I was talking about because I just went out to send resupply to the Ukrainian forces. I mean I bring umbrella to my family, they are stuck in the rain. So Bakhmut Front, yeah, if I'm not wrong, Bakhmut Front, this is Bakhmut city, and this is the Bakhmut Front. And at the Bakhmut Front, the Russian forces are still continuing their Bakhmut offensive. This time around, there's no more fighting in the Avdiivka region or Kreminna. The Ukrainians are conducting their counter-offensive in the southern flank, with fighting being reported in the northwestern part of Klishchiivka as well as Klishchiivka. The Russian forces are attacking at Klishchiivka, so not sure who is attacking what and who is actually defending. The Russians are attacking towards Ivanivsky, though, in two different directions, from the east and from the north. So this is reported by the Ukrainian OSIN, Open Source Intelligence, Deep State UA. So this is the strategic situation in the southern flank of the Bakhmut Front. So we moved into the northern flank. There is fighting reported. Over at this Bodanivka region. It's unclear where, but most likely it's along the highway region. as the Russians are pushing southward towards Ivaniivka in this area here, west of Kremove. Ukrainians are counter-attacking over at Avdiivka, and we have a video of the Ukrainian forces doing exactly just that, where a tank was going down the road between the Chasivia and Kremove, and it does some fire mission and then it tried to escape. However, towards the end of the video, it did not really escape. It got actually hit by some kind of drone or something. So anyway, that's the situation over at the Bakhmut Front. We move on to the Siversk Front. So this is Siversk city. At the Siversk Front, the Ukrainian forces is still being reported to be attacking Bilohorivka. However, I suspect that this is not the Bilohorivka that is attacking, it's the one at Luhansk. However, based on the reporting, the Russians did not mention Luhansk. They just say Bilogorovka. And usually, as I mentioned in the previous SITREP, usually they will put a bracket or a comma saying that this is a Luhansk one. So whatever it is, just take note that this might not be the one. The fighting may actually just be over at Bilohorivka. That this one, the Russians are indeed attacking. So there is a possibility, based on just now what I said, the Ukrainians are also counter-attacking in this area here. We're not sure. There is geolocation of airstrikes. These are close air tactical fire support on for the Russian side. The Russian forces, as they push, the infantry are pushing. They conducted helicopter or air strikes with rocket pods or whatnot to support the offensive operation. So that's all over at this Bilohorivka region. We move into the Kreminna Front. So this is Kreminna city, and this is the Kreminna Front. At the Kreminna Front, the Ukrainian Siversk offensive continues over this region here at Kherson, Yampolivka, and Torske. There is no fighting being reported in the Siversk forestry, and the Russians are allegedly attacking over at, I think, Yampolivka. Yeah, at Yampolivka. So that's the situation, the strategic situation over at the Kreminna Front. There is geolocation of Russian forces under fire by the Ukrainians. There's no footage for this one based on that post, and I'm not going to hunt for it. So that's all for the Kreminna Front. And we move further north. Nothing at the Zaporizhzhia Front. We move into the Kupyansk Front. So this is the Kupyansk city, and this is the Kupyansk Front. At the Kupyansk Front, the same continues with the Russians attacking over at Ivaniivka as well as Sinkivka. Ukrainians counter-attacking at Sinkivka, and they are attacking at Timkovka. This is exactly the same strategy situation as per yesterday's SITREP. So that's all from the Kupyansk Front. And over at the border region, there is actually a geolocated mortar attack by the Russians on Ukrainian forces at Turia. So Turia is actually this border town, a border village that was attacked by the Russian forces. Oops, that's so fast. And this is actually at the Sumy region. So this is not actually at the Kharkiv front. This is actually at Sumy region. We will continue to monitor and see how this goes. This is the famous cross-border shelling, the shelling monks that goes across borders. So anyway, that's all from the Sumy region, and that's it. This is the SITREP, or the summary for the day of 720 for the 13th of February. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next update.